In this video, guys, we're going to look at how to stop trading with emotion. Stay tuned. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining me. All right, so how do we stop trading with emotional? How do we kind of take emotion out of our trading? The simple answer is we can't, and we shouldn't be aiming to do that. Before you kind of click off and go and watch cat videos on YouTube, let me just qualify this answer. The thing is, guys, we are human beings, right? We will always have emotional attachment to things. But before we kind of talk about tactics here, I want to say that the more you trade, the longer you've been trading, the less impactful events will be on you, because you'll have seen it all before. You'll have seen drawdown, you've seen gaps against you, you've seen being stopped out of the lows, you've seen buying the highs, you've seen multiple strings of losers, you've seen magnificent wins, you've seen it all. And so just like anything else, you will start to be conditioned for it. So the emotional swings that you have as a new trader are far less, but they're never gone. You will always have some emotion. We are human beings. So back to the initial point. What do we need to do then? What we need to do as traders is to not focus on trying to reduce emotion, because that is a completely thankless cause. You will never ever be able to achieve that. You're not a robot, and you need to use emotions almost as a kind of thermometer, a barometer, a kind of gauge as to what's happening in the market and your trading, and use it as a tool. Example, let me give you an example. I'm kind of going all over this place here, so hopefully I'm not kind of, but this is my neck of the woods, guys. I like this kind of topic conversation, mainly because I've been through all this, a lot of this stuff, and had to go through a lot of different things to get to the point I am now, but also it's because it's such a main point of focus. So let me share a few things with you. So when we're kind of thinking about emotions, let's say, for example, you've got an algo. An algo is running, it has kind of 3 losers, but it's not coded to do anything but stop unless you've got a drawdown. Now, you may have 3 losers and go, wait, I'm feeling pretty naff about this. I'm frustrated. Why am I having 3 losers in a row? Okay, perhaps the conditions have changed and I haven't picked up on it. And so it's information that you can then trade on. Whereas an algorithm may not, and I know that some of you algo guys out there, okay, well, I can code something in for that. Bear with me on this. An algo then just carries on. It does have no concept of any other information coming on board other than what you've told it to listen to. And so as traders, we can utilize and use emotion to assist us in trading. Fine, that's point number 1. Point number 2 is that if we can never try to eliminate it completely, but how we trade with better emotional control is exactly, I just said, we try to control and understand when they're coming to the max. So just like a gauge that's kind of sitting here and it's chugging away, anything between kind of here and here is fine. Anything when we're in this zone is the danger zone, and this zone is the danger zone. And let's imagine that this zone here is your danger zone of being too many negative emotions, and that zone there is too many positive emotions. Positive emotions being, hey, I'm feeling great, I've had a great week, I've made loads of money, I'm killing it, I'm just a genius, I'm a god in trading, off we go, which are detrimental, as we know. And negative emotions being, I'm frustrated, I'm so angry about this market, I'm really annoyed, I keep trying to do the right things and I'm not getting the traction I want. We can avoid ourselves going into that, or not avoid ourselves going into it. Let me get to that in a moment. Is first of all, be aware when we're going into it and stop trading, because it's okay to trade in this zone, and everyone's zone is different. How confident you are about your strategy, how fearful, how joy, all these kind of things. Finding that sweet spot that doesn't affect your execution ability and ability to trade, and then keeping it within that boundary. And the second point is recognizing what actual things in the market or actions in the market cause you to trigger you to go into that. So on the plus side, it might be, hey, if I've had a great week, I often think I'm the world's best trader. On a Monday morning, I come in, I end up doing damage because I think I'm great, I think I can pick any trade and I'm going to be fine. That might be, well, actually, after you've had a good week, maybe Monday morning you take off. You only trade half size. So you do something to mitigate the precursor for the emotion, if that makes sense. So what's the trigger that gets you into that state? Right, I know that no one gets me into the state. Let me do something to combat that. And so you're trying to attack it before you get in there, rather than getting in there and stopping. Another thing might be, okay, you get frustrated if you've had drawn down more than X% from your highs. You've had more than X losing trades in a row. Whatever, I've been stopped out of the highs. Took this trade, I tried to take this breakout twice and it's never worked. whatever it is for you, that thing, again, understanding that's a precursor for you going into the kind of negative emotion perspective. And I don't like labeling positive and negative, but I think you get where I'm coming from with this. When we go into that point, you're like, okay, this is normally caused by X or Y or Z. So if I see X or Y or Z, I'll make sure to back off the throttle so I don't get myself into that state, because it's harder getting yourself out of that state than it is stopping yourself getting into it. If this makes any sense, guys, I hope that it does. So we're not trying to stop trading with emotion. We're trying to understand how emotions impact our trading and understand what variables and kind of actions that happen up to the point where we change our emotional state into a position that's detrimental to our trading. If you want to check out some books, guys, like Denise Shull's done some great books, obviously Brett Steenbarger, Steve Ward, others out there as well that have kind of slipped my mind for now, but if you want to dig into that type of stuff, those are the guys that really have a lot of kind of clinical experience and kind of put it into the trading world. So definitely recommend checking out those books. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.